2024 to 2026 Polaris RZR XP1000, especially in the sport models, those did not come with any speakers under the dash, in the rear, anything like that. So Side-by-Side 3D Fab looks to change all that with their EasyTunes DIY speaker kit. All right, so what is the EasyTunes DIY speaker kit? So the base version of the kit comes with just a couple of these under dash boxes. They have holes for speaker wire to come out. They also have some clamps that go over top of the roll bar. We'll address that here in just a minute. They come with polyfill stuffing for inside. They do fit 6.5-inch speakers. There is a pre-installed seal on the front of the speaker box so that your speakers seal nice and tight. We also do provide wiring glands for the opening on the side, and that's just a 1/4-inch NPT thread. We do use stainless steel hardware throughout. We also provide screws for the speakers. Should your speakers come with really long screws, like some of the marine speakers do sometimes, we're providing you with some shorter screws because the way these boxes are shaped, they can't sustain a really long screw going all the way through. So we do provide that as well. Now, if you want to step up from this just base speaker kit, we do have the next step up, which is the EasyTunes Foundation Kit. The Foundation Kit includes the Side-by-Side 3D Fab EasyTunes radio mount. So this will accept any of those 3-inch hole gauge type radios or stereos that are marine application that normally go into a gauge hole. So we provided that. This actually installs in the lower cubby down below. And this would be our foundation kit. Now, we do offer wiring for these as well. So if you don't want to mess with obtaining wiring and everything for them, we do offer 36 inches of wire that's pre-terminated with the terminals on it. So you can also do that if you want a more complete version of it, or if you want to provide your own wire, that's certainly fine as well. There's different options on the website. I'll leave a link down below. Now, if you want to do the full send package, now that package would be our EasyTunes radio mount, the 2 speakers underneath, and all the associated brackets and hardware that go with that, along with 2 of the designed 4-inch speaker pods for the rear. They do have the same bung for the wiring as the front speakers do. They do install on the roll cage right behind your head. I'll provide some video of that here. They will work, I believe they will work. I don't have a back window, but they will work with a back window because they mount to the front roll bar in the back. Or there's 2 of them in the back, one, the rear one where the windshield, the rear window attaches, and then the side bars in front of that, these will actually attach to that. I'll put some video up here. These are made for 4-inch speakers, and they're kind of made to fill in that gap in between there. They're a little, I made them so that they would be inside of the cab if you had a back window and you didn't want a bunch of big speakers hanging off of the roll bars in the back. So these are available as well as a kit, and that would be our full send kit. Now, as far as assembly and installation goes, I do recommend that you install your speakers on these sitting down in a chair, put it between your legs, just it sits basically perfectly there. Put your wire through your hole first so that you can get your bung and everything on there. Attach your speakers to the wiring, and then place your speakers inside of the box and put the screws in. You may hear some creaking and groaning whenever you tighten the screws down, perfectly normal. It's just kind of squeaking from the plastic when it's going in. So make sure you check your length of your screws to make sure that they're not too long. If they are, use the ones that we include in the kit. Sometimes the marine speakers come with very long screws. But in order to install this, all you have to do is simply install your speakers, install your wire, get everything ready to go. One other detail before you go to install it, there is a bracket that holds the rear of this speaker on the firewall. You want to make sure that you put the bracket in first before you go to slide the speaker up in there. And then to install it, you just simply put the speaker end up in first and then rotate it around up so that the back of this, or the dip in this speaker box here, will actually access, there's a bar that runs across, and then there's a clamp that goes over top, 2 Allen bolts, 5mm Allen. And then you tighten those down, leave them a little bit loose until you get everything positioned, and put the number 12 by 3/4-inch screw in through this hole in the back that goes into there's a peg sticking off the firewall that mounts to. And then you can go back in and tighten up your screws. From there, it's just a matter of running your wiring over to the center and installing the speaker, the stereo that you have, and hooking up your wires and all that. You do not need to do anything on these other than take out the glove boxes. You might be able to get your hand up in there, but I suggest for access purposes, remove the glove boxes. They're not too bad. There's just a bunch of screws across the top, but you don't have to take a whole dash part or anything like that to install these. They do install pretty easily, and they sound really good. Now, we do have a subwoofer module coming up that we're working on currently, but I wanted to get these out there to you guys so that you could start having some tunes on the trail. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions, be sure to comment down below or contact us on our website. Thank you very much.